Hi, this is Angela from Brainer Weight Loss and Wellness Center. I have Bernie here, and she's been in the program for about a year. Basically hit our year mark, so for 12 months she's worked with us and went on this whole journey. So I'm going to have her share her story on how she found us, how much she's lost, what her journey looked like, either the struggles and the celebrations that we've had, and that type of thing.
Okay, so I started a year ago, May 2019, and the reason I came in is I was trying to lose weight. I struggled for over 2 years. I went to my doctor, we tried to see a nutritionist, and nothing seemed to work. And I was following the program, I was journaling. So we get the paper every weekend, and I kept seeing the ad for your clinic, and I was like seeing the success stories, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And I'm glad I did, because I learned so much about me. I was eating, things that weren't necessarily horrible, but they just weren't good for me. And once, I started and really got into it, it's been great. I've had struggles throughout the whole year. It hasn't been like a breeze, for sure. But, I'm committed to it. And I think in anybody's journey, you have to do it for yourself. You can't do it for your kids or your husband or anybody else. You got to do it for you, because that's who needs to get healthy, you know.
Sure.
And fortunately for me, I have a great support system at home. And my days were fairly good, but I plateaued early on. I sat and I was at the same weight for probably 2 weeks, and then it dropped a half a pound in. And it was frustrating, but at the same time, Angela helped me realize that, you know what, your body is doing what it needs to do, and it'll start kicking in. And it did, finally.
Yep.
Yeah. So one of my worst days at work, I had a horrible day at work, and I got off work. It was like February when it was so cold outside, and I had just a horrible day at work, and I sat down on the couch and I literally ate probably a pound of M&Ms, and I'm not even.
I remember you telling me the story.
It was, I just started eating, and I was eating, and all of a sudden I just stopped, and I went, what are you doing? So I put the M&Ms down, and I got bundled up, and I took my dog for a walk. And honestly, I've never done that before, but I realized that, maybe I need to change my work. Maybe I need to find something better, or I need to, what's the word I'm thinking of? If I get stressed out at work, I can't eat. I have to figure out what else to do.
So your response from eating was M&Ms, and you're like, oh, this isn't really right. This isn't, like my work was stressing me out. My reaction was to eat.
Yeah.
Then you realize that kind of afterwards that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that to myself. This isn't helping me. This isn't good for me. This isn't really where I want to live my life.
Right.
I think that
Exactly.
was the conversation that we had, which is it was like a light bulb went off. And you're like, wait a second. Which was great for you to share.
Was.
That's a hard thing to share, some of those personal stories for sure.
Yeah.
So was there anything way at the beginning? You said that you were with a nutritionist and you were journaling and you thought you were eating right. What is it that we said that made the difference, or that you wanted to join our program, or that seemed different about us rather than
I think it was knowing what kind of foods, like one of the things I was eating was a lot of beans, like kidney beans, that kind of stuff. And I was just not feeling good. My stomach was upset and this and that. Well, when I started the program and my DNA came back, it was like, well, beans are probably not going to like your system too much. So that was one of the things. I love bread, absolutely love bread. And I didn't, wasn't like I thought I was eating bad bread, but I was, and
for your body.
For my body, if I want bread, I make sure that it's good, wholesome bread, and corn syrup, I had totally went through my cupboards and got rid of every item in the cupboard and refrigerator that had corn syrup in it.
Because your body wasn't loving that either.
No.
So just awareness of what your body needs and likes, versus you just eating because your mind likes it or your mouth likes it.
Right.
So
Exactly.
So awareness, that's a huge thing. And tell everybody do you remember how much you lost total?
I've lost about 36 pounds. So.
And she's kept it off for quite a while now, honestly. Like you lost it, like you said, you had a little bit of struggles, but been very consistent
Yes.
over last at least 6 months. So
Yep.
she's lost that and then maintained it off.
Yep.
And continue to check in,
Yep.
and she still has continued to
Right.
check in just to see how things are going for you.
And you have to be honest with Angela, because in order for you to succeed, you can't say, like, it would have been so easy for me to not tell her about the pound of M&Ms I ate, but I had to, because I wanted to know, A, what the heck was I thinking, but, you have to let her know so that she can use the tools she knows to help you.
Yeah, that communication is definitely key.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
for sure, awesome. And we appreciate it too, because honestly, that's what I say all the time. Communication is key. Communication is key.
Yep.
So that's awesome. Is there anything specific you would tell anybody that's struggling with weight, or that you know of that wants to lose weight or get healthier in general?
I would say just stay with it. If you find yourself like in a rut like I did, start journaling again if you stopped. Journal for and see your patterns. I'm good at water here and there, but always do your water.
Brings awareness to that.
Yeah, brings awareness.
The journal just is like, maybe I'm not as good at that.
But don't give up. I did it. And so you can do it. You really can. Just have faith in yourself, and you can do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's really, really helpful for many of you out there. If you are listening to this, if you're struggling, reach out to us to see what we can do, or if we can help you, or if the program's right. And it's our phone number is 218-839-8992.